Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Spellslinger. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. We post daily Master Duel content. Today I'm coming at you with some more replays. Today we're going to be using our Danger Dark World deck. I made a profile on it. You can go check that out. But I'm just going to be showing a couple replays that I picked up playing through ranked. Hope you enjoy. We'll go ahead and just jump straight into it. Again, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Daily Master Duel content. Alright, so this first replay here, we are going to be going first. Now, Danger Dark World, of course, wants to be going second, as it is an OTK deck. Oh, nope, wrong one. So we're going to be going second, thankfully, here. And we're going to be playing against Lightsworn. So they're going to normal summon the Raiden, and then end phase Mill 2. The Shaddoll and the Beast. Shaddoll Beast effect is going to add them, draw them a card, and then we're going to be going second. So we're going to see if we can go ahead and get this OTK going. We're going to start off with a copy of Dark World Dealings, adding the Danger Jackalope, and then the Danger Jackalope effect will trigger in the graveyard. I'm going to be pausing a little bit just because with this deck, everything flies by like really quickly, just so I can keep up with what's going on screen. I'm going to be pausing a little bit just so I can, like I said, keep up with it. So Danger Jackalope effect is going to be chained by the Squamata, and then that will resolve just fine. The Squamata effect is going to dump a copy of the Reshaddoll Windy, and then we're going to get out a copy of the Ogopogo, and then Shaddoll Beast is going to be summoned. We're going to activate the effect of the Danger Thunderbird, and that is going to discard the Allure of Darkness, summon out the Thunderbird, and then draw a copy of Grapha, which as soon as the Thunderbird is out, they're going to activate the Bottomless Trap Hole, banishing our copy of that Thunderbird that we just got out, unfortunately, because we would have been able to go into the play right there and just keep going from there. But we're going to go ahead and activate the Chupacabra, pitching the Grapha, and we're going to activate the effect of the Grapha. And the reason that I went for the set here specifically is that if we destroyed the Raijin, then we wouldn't have any opportunity to deal damage if the set was the only thing left on board when we get our OTK going. So as it stands right now, we need to get out our Numeron Dragon with our Dragooblion, as well as any other Exceed, so we can have enough attack to go in for game. So that was my thinking for that. We're going to go ahead and activate the Allure of Darkness, drawing 2 and pitching the Brow. Going to activate the Dark World Dealings to draw and pitch the Dark World Dealings. And of course, the reason we didn't do that, we didn't pitch the Snow, is simply because we have the Grapha in the graveyard, and we at least want to go into 2 level 8s here. So they're going to add, do some Shaddoll plays. We're going to activate the Gates of the Underworld, normal summon out the Snow, and then use the bounce back effect of Grapha to go into 2 level 8s, to go into a copy of the number 97 Dragooblion. Dragooblion effect is going to detach to get out a number 92 Heart Earth Dragon. Now, here's where I decided to try something a little bit differently. I knew that no matter what happened on this board, I wasn't going to be able to get in for game, because as it stood, our number 100, the Numeron Dragon, would only be able to get up to 9,000, and that would not be enough for game. We would be about 900 short, unfortunately. So I decided to mess around with this number 2 Heart Earth Dragon. I showcased this in the deck profile. It's a pretty interesting card. You can read it on screen if you want to right now. Go ahead and pause. But more or less, it's just a field wipe on their side of the field of all summoned, set, and activated cards on their side of the field. So what ends up happening here is I just wanted to put them on a timer. So we summon out the Heart Earth Dragon. We're going to activate the Gates of the Dark World to banish the Grapha, pitching the Snow Unlight from our hand. And then activating the effect to get ourselves a copy of the Grapha. And I would have tried to get more things out here, but unfortunately we cannot summon for the rest of the turn since we already used the effect of the Dragooblion. So we're going to just go into the end phase here, and then pass it back to our opponent. So our opponent, of course, has the one of Raigeki, and that'll clear up our board. So this first turn definitely didn't, this first replay didn't go the way that we wanted to, definitely not. So they're going to go ahead and activate Charge of the Light Brigade. and then activate the Wolf, which they milled. Wolf is going to get back normal summon the Lightsworn Summoner, pitching the Hedgehog, bringing back another copy of the Raijin, going for a copy of the Psyframe Lord Zeta, and then getting in for damage. So 25, 21, and 17 will be the damage that they get in for this turn. And then they synchro here into a Colossal Fighter, which was an interesting choice. I guess they do play. I guess Lightsworn does have a lot of warriors, in their deck, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Colossal Fighter is the right play here. Anyway, what we are gonna do now, we're gonna draw for turn Danger Nessie. We're going to activate the effect of the Gates of the Dark World, banishing, pitching, and drawing 1, activating the effect of the Grapha. We're going to clear up the Psyframe Lord Zeta, activate the effect of the Nessie to add a copy of the Bigfoot that we used for the Dark Grepher summon. And here was the biggest discard of the entire game. So here my thought process was, if we go ahead and activate the Danger Bigfoot, and we hit the Jackalope, then we get 2 level 8s on the field and we can just go in for game. This was the biggest hit, or the biggest, discard effect of the entire game. And we activate the effect of the Bigfoot, and unfortunately we do hit the Bigfoot, so we're not able to get out. Bigfoot. We are able to get to use the effect of the Jackalope pitching itself to get out a copy of Thunderbird, but unfortunately that is all that we are able to do here. There may have been another combo line that I could have taken, and if you see that, let me know what I could have done instead. I think I could have done something a little bit differently that would have been a little bit more efficient, but whatever, it's all good. No worries over here. So we're just going to get in for 17 with Dark Grepher and pass it back to our opponent. We're hanging on by 1,700 life points, so we'll see what our opponent can do here. So they're going to activate Lightning Storm and to get rid of the Grepher. Activate the Shaddoll Schism to get out a copy of the El Shaddoll Construct. From the extra deck, Construct effect is going to dump a Shaddoll Dragon. Dragon effect is going to destroy the Schism. And then the Summoner is going to bring back Raiden. Raiden is going to come to the field, and they're going to easily get in for game here. Unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way that this deck works sometimes. Sometimes you hit the cards you need, and sometimes you don't. So we're going to go ahead and get into more replays here. Stick around. We have a couple more for you. So this replay is rather short. It's just something that I wanted to include because we opened the nuts, okay? We opened super good, and we are going second, so it's just the perfect storm. And we are playing against Sky Striker. So going first, Sky Striker, they can't do a whole lot unless they are specifically going first. So they end up just, unless their deck is geared for going first, and for the most part, I feel like unless they open a ton of hand traps and whatnot, and just have the perfect setup, going second is probably the best way to play Sky Striker. But anyway, so they go into a Shizuku. Set 1, end phase, they're going to activate the Shizuku, adding a copy of course, the Engage. And then they're going to pass it back to us. So let's see what we can do with this absolutely cracked hand. So we draw another Grapha for turn. We're going to activate the effect of the Bigfoot, and of course we're going to pitch the Grapha. Danger Bigfoot will come out, activate the effect of the Grapha in the graveyard to destroy that back row. We went for the back row before we went for the Shizuku, just because if it was, a Widow Anchor, or just anything that can be activated that would disrupt our plays going into our big OTK line, then we just want to make sure that that's backed up, because as it stands right now, they don't have any interruption on board, so we are free to just do what we want. So we're going to activate the effect of the Thunderbird, and we get lucky again and pitch the other copy of Grapha. Grapha effect will now clear up their board. We're going to activate the effect of the Thunderbird, and we hit the Jackalope. These discards are unreal, so we're going to go ahead and draw, and of course we draw another Bigfoot. So Jackalope effect is going to get out the Ogopogo, and my thinking here is that they probably have some form of disruption in their hand, whether that be Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler, or something that they can activate in hand that would disrupt our combo line. But as it stands right now, we have game on board, so we don't need to worry about that at all. So we just go ahead and get in for game. This game was just absolutely nutty. We opened one of the best hands I have ever seen, and our discard luck was pretty outstanding. So we have one more replay for you, the one that is in the thumbnail, and we'll get to that right now. Alright, so the last and final replay. Hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying these replays. I'm having a ton of fun with this, posting replay content like this. So we are going to be going first. Again, like I'm saying, with this deck, we want to go second, but we have plays that we can do going first, so we're going to go ahead and just, get into it. So Allure of Darkness is going to draw us another copy of the Allure of Darkness, but we're going to pitch the Tsuchinoko, activate a second copy of the Allure of Darkness, getting ourselves a Brow and a Grapho. We're going to go ahead and banish the Grapho from hand, activate the effect of the Dark World Dealings. We're going to go ahead and draw and pitch the copy of Brow, so we can draw an additional card. We're going to draw the Monster Reborn. Danger Thunderbird is going to activate in hand, unfortunately hitting itself, so we're not going to be able to get any effects off of that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and activate the third and final Allure of Darkness in hand to draw a copy of the Danger Jackalope as well as another copy of the Dark World Dealings, and we're going to pitch the Grapho from hand. We're going to activate the effect of the Dark World Dealings to get ourselves another card and pitch the Jackalope that was in our hand. Jackalope effect is going to get out a copy of the Ogopogo from deck, activate the effect of the Monster Reborn to get ourselves back out another level 8 in Danger Thunderbird. We're going to overlay these two into a copy of the Dragoubleon. Yep. Dragoubleon, we go ahead. I decide that getting more bodies on the field would be a little bit better than waiting and sitting on Escados. It may have not been the best choice, but in my head, you make weird choices when you're dueling, and you can look at it afterwards and say that it was either right or wrong. But anyway, this is what I decided to do. We're gonna go ahead and activate the Danger Bigfoot. It was a pretty risky play because there was only two cards in hand, but we end up getting out the Bigfoot and then drawing a copy of the Grapho. We're gonna activate the effect of the number 97 to get out again the Heart Earth Dragon. Hopefully this one will fare a little bit better than the one that did in the first replay. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and pass it to our opponent, so we have them on a clock. And our opponent, if you have been paying attention in their graveyard from what they've been discarding, they are playing Dragon Link. So they're going to normal summon out the copy of the Metal Rocket Dragon and activate the Squib Draw, which will destroy the Metal Rocket and allow them to draw 2. They're going to activate a copy of Dragon Shrine. They're going to send a dragon from deck to graveyard, which will be Tempest. From here, they're going to activate the effect of the World Legacy Guard Dragon, getting back the Metal Rocket Dragon onto the field, activating the effect of the Boot Sector Launch. Since we control 2 more monsters than they do, they're going to special summon 2 rocket monsters from either from their graveyard in defense position. They're going to go into a copy of the Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect is going to add them another copy of the Boot Sector Launch, and then from here they're going to activate the effect of the Tempest in graveyard, pitching a Dragon to get out Tempest, and now they have 4 monsters on the field. They're going to go into a copy of the Borreload Dragon. So here is where I think they mess up a little bit. So they're going to activate the effect, reduce the Bigfoot's effect by 500. They're going to activate the effect of the World Legacy Guard Dragon, moving the Borreload Dragon down 1. And then from here, what they honestly should have done, in my opinion, and if because of the effect of the Borreload Dragon, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can place that opponent's monster in a zone that this card points to. So in my opinion, they probably should have taken the number 92, the Heart Earth Dragon, which would have given them a little bit of protection and probably would have done a little bit better. Could have used the, they wouldn't have been able to use the board wipe effect on their turn, but they could have been able to get in for more damage than they would have been. I don't think they read the card, unfortunately for them, but anyway, they go ahead and activate the effects to take our Bigfoot and attack into the Heart Earth Dragon, which is specifically why I think they I think they probably didn't read the card. So main phase 2, end phase, we are able to activate the effect of the number 92 to detach and send their Borreload Dragon to the graveyard. And the reason that nothing else was sent was because Heart Earth Dragon specifically only sends cards it banishes all cards your opponent currently controls that were normal or special summoned or were set this turn. So World Legacy Guard Dragon and Boot Sector Launch are still able to be there, and Danger Bigfoot was taken control of, so and was not summoned. So we're going to be able to go into our turn here. We draw Gates of the Dark World, but from here it should just be easy cleanup. We can get out the number 100, use the effect of the number 100 to have it gain 18,000 attack, and then just easily attack over the Bigfoot that they took from us for well over lethal damage. So I'm having a ton of fun with this deck. I'm having an absolute blast with these replays and with this and just this new format of content that I've been putting out. So if you enjoy these replays, please hit the subscribe button. On the way to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be at that number sooner rather than later. So I have been Spellslinger. Have a great day, you guys.